Welcome to the Board Business Channel. All right, so have you ever thought about all the gadgets we use every day?
Yeah.
I mean, smartphones, laptops, all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Do you ever wonder who actually makes them?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Because, you see the brand names, right?
Yeah.
But behind those big names, there are these, giant companies, these kind of hidden giants that are actually doing the heavy lifting, the designing, the manufacturing. And today, we're going to talk about one of them, Compal Electronics.
Well, electronics, interesting. I've heard the name.
It's a bit of a mouthful, right?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a space movie or something.
It's Compal.
Compel, yeah.
Yeah, it does sound kind of sci-fi, doesn't it? But officially, it's, this is where it gets really interesting. Officially, it's called Compal.
Okay, I'm just going to stick with Compel.
Me too. Way easier.
Much easier.
But the point is, this company is a big deal. They're based in Taiwan.
Okay.
And they're what's called an ODM.
An ODM.
Original design manufacturer. So they're basically the masterminds behind a lot of the tech we use.
Okay, so they're like the people who actually make the stuff, even if it doesn't have their name on it.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So if a company, any company, wants to put out a new laptop or a smartwatch or whatever,
right,
there's a good chance that Compal is the one who actually designed and made it. They're kind of like the wizards behind the curtain, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense. So they're like the unsung heroes of the tech world.
Totally. And, you see them mentioned in the media all the time. They're part of what they call the electronic manufacturing Five Kings.
Five Kings sounds like a band or something.
It does.
The Five Kings of tech.
Yeah, like a really geeky boy band.
Yeah.
But it's actually just the top players in this industry. So we're talking about names like, Quanta, Wistron, Pegatron, Inventec.
Okay.
And Compal is right up there with them.
So these are the big leagues.
Oh, yeah. These are the heavy hitters, the companies that are building the engines for our digital lives.
That's pretty impressive.
It is.
So what kind of stuff do they actually make?
Oh, man, their product range it's crazy. I mean, we're talking everything from those super sleek, ultra thin notebooks, the ones that are paper thin,
Yeah.
to those 2-in-1 laptops that can do all the yoga poses, they can bend and twist and fold.
Oh, right.
They do all-in-one computers. Tons of stuff for 5G, tablets, smartphones, you name it. I mean, if it's a smart device, Compal is probably involved somehow.
So they're everywhere.
Everywhere.
But they're kind of invisible, right?
Yeah, they're kind of behind the scenes.
That's wild.
They're even making those wireless Bluetooth earbuds that everyone's obsessed with.
Oh, yeah.
Smart displays, those AR/VR headsets that make you look like you're in another dimension.
The ones that make you look like a robot.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And all sorts of smart home gadgets. I mean, it's imagine walking into a Best Buy or something,
Right.
but Compal made most of the stuff on the shelves.
Wow.
Except you don't see their name anywhere.
Just other brands.
Exactly. But here's the thing. It gets even more interesting because they're not just sticking to the stuff we already know.
Okay.
They're making some big moves into new areas.
Like what?
Think about cloud servers. Those are basically the giant storage and processing power that keeps the internet running.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting into that. Automotive electronics, which is huge now that our cars are basically computers on wheels.
Right.
They're diving into smart medical and healthcare devices. It's like they looked around and said, okay, what else can we make smarter?
It's they're not satisfied with just the gadgets. They want to make everything smart.
Everything's smart, like your toaster, your refrigerator.
Right.
It's all going to be connected.
And they're going to be the ones behind it.
They're going to be the ones behind it.
That's kind of cool.
It is cool.
So they're shaping the future.
Yeah,
that way.
Absolutely. And they're also super into the future of communications, so 5G and whatever comes after that.
Okay.
Industrial computers, those are the rugged ones you see in factories and stuff.
Yeah.
And the Internet of Things, connecting everyday objects to the Internet.
Right.
So Compal isn't just about the laptops on your desk. They're thinking about the whole connected world and where they fit in.
The big picture.
Big picture, exactly.
That's impressive.
And they're not doing all of this from just one place. Their headquarters are in Taipei.
Okay.
But they've got factories and service centers all over the world. I mean, mainland China, Vietnam, the U.S., Brazil, Mexico, Poland.
Wow.
They're a truly global operation.
So they're like a multinational tech empire.
Empire. That's a good word for it.
Yeah.
And, fun fact, they're the 6th largest manufacturer in Taiwan.
Wow, that's huge.
That's like being a big fish in a very, very big pond.
Yeah, that's impressive. So having that kind of global footprint, it's not just about making stuff, right?
Yeah.
That means they can really understand different markets, be close to their customers, and kind of see what's happening all over the world.
Yeah, and adapt to all those changes. Stay ahead of the curve.
It's like having a global network of spies or something.
Right.
Gathering intel on the tech world.
Exactly. And it shows you how ambitious they are,
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not just us saying they're important. They're consistently ranked really high in those global rankings. Forbes Global 2000, Fortune 500.
Okay.
They even got 11th place globally for corporate innovation competitiveness by some German design award.
Wow.
So, I mean, they're not messing around.
Serious bragging rights.
Oh, yeah. Compal has been very strategic about spreading out their manufacturing across the globe.
So they're not just in Taiwan anymore.
No, they're everywhere. So, for example, they're building up their presence in Vietnam. They've got a couple of existing factories there.
Okay.
And they're building a new one specifically for making touchscreens.
Touchscreens. Oh, wow.
The ones you see in cars and laptops.
Okay.
Then they're expanding in Poland with a new facility focused on automotive electronics. That should be up and running next year.
So they're getting into the car business.
Big time, yeah.
Interesting.
And they've also boosted their operations in Mexico to handle more of those car electronics and 5G components. That expansion finished up last year. Plus, they even bought a plant in Indiana from one of their sister companies, Calcomp, specifically for making automotive stuff.
Wow.
They've been in Brazil for over a decade, so that's a pretty solid base. And they've even started making mobile phones in India.
So they're like a global manufacturing octopus.
Octopus, yeah, with arms reaching everywhere.
That's a good image.
Right. And this kind of global diversification is really smart. It's like, imagine a chef.
Okay.
Sourcing ingredients from all over the world.
Right.
So they always have what they need no matter what happens in one part of the world.
Right. It's like having a backup plan.
Exactly. So by having production in multiple countries, Compal is protecting themselves from things like trade wars and tariffs.
Right.
It gives them more options, makes them more resilient.
In a world that can change pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. I mean, things are changing all the time.
Absolutely.
So we've got this massive, globally spread out company
Right.
with a new generation of leaders taking charge. And they're strategically placing their manufacturing bets all over the world.
Smart moves.
But here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay, I'm listening.
Compal is going all in on AI.
Artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Wow, that's big.
It's huge. The current chairman, Chen, in Mandarin,
Okay.
he said that the company is undergoing a complete AI makeover.
A makeover.
Makeover. It's touching everything from how they run things internally to all the products they make. It's like they're giving the whole company a super smart brain.
So they're basically becoming an AI-powered company.
Absolutely.
That's pretty cutting edge.
It is. And it's not just talk either. They're already seeing some pretty impressive results from this AI push.
Like what?
So even though their overall revenue dipped a little bit last year, their profit margins actually went up. And their profits grew by over 30% in the first 9 months of this year.
30%. That's massive.
It's huge.
Yeah.
And they're crediting it to using AI to automate things and manage their manufacturing costs more effectively.
So AI is helping them save money and become more efficient.
Exactly. It's like AI is helping them trim the fat and become more agile.
That's pretty amazing. So how are they actually using this AI magic?
So apparently they've got 3 main areas they're focusing on.
Okay.
First, internal AI applications. This is where they're using AI to make themselves smarter and faster as a company.
So like using AI to improve their own operations.
Exactly.
Alright.
It's like giving all their departments a genius intern who never sleeps.
That's a good way to put it.
Right.
So what are some examples of that?
So for instance, they're using AI in the design process to make things more efficient and accurate,
Okay.
which means they can get new products out the door faster.
Makes sense.
They're also using AI in their factories to improve quality control.
Okay.
So fewer faulty products slip through.
That's important.
Oh, yeah. And AI is helping them optimize their supply chain, making sure all the parts and materials get where they need to be, when they need to be.
So it's like a super efficient logistics system.
Exactly. And they're even using AI in areas like finance and accounting. It's a company-wide digital upgrade.
Wow, that's impressive. So they're really embracing AI in every aspect of their business.
They're going all in.
Okay, so what's the second area?
The second area is AI product development.
Okay.
This is where they're actually building AI into the gadgets they design and manufacture for other companies.
Right.
And it sounds like they're already a major player here, especially when it comes to AI PCs. You know, those laptops that have special chips designed for artificial intelligence tasks.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
Yeah, so the platforms Compal designs, they reportedly hold a whopping 60 to 70% of the market share in the AI PC space.
Wow, that's huge.
It's like owning the entire chessboard in a chess game.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
Right. They're also developing other AI-powered products like AI smartphones and AI networking devices. They clearly see AI not just as a tool, but as the core of their future product offerings.
So they're betting big on AI.
They are betting big.
Okay, that's two areas. What's the third?
The third is cross-domain AI technology applications.
Cross-domain.
Yeah, so this is where they're taking their AI know-how and applying it to other industries they're involved in.
Oh, interesting.
Specifically, their investments in smart healthcare and smart long-term care.
Okay, so they're taking their tech expertise and using it to improve healthcare.
Exactly. It's like taking the tech smarts that make your phone work and applying them to make hospitals and care facilities more efficient and helpful.
That's a great idea.
Right.
I mean, there's so much potential there.
Huge potential. So they're thinking beyond just the usual tech gadgets. They're exploring how AI can solve real-world problems in completely different sectors.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it is.
So it sounds like AI is really the key to Compal's future.
Yeah, the big picture here is that this AI transformation isn't just a side project for them.
Right.
It's fundamental to their strategy moving forward.
Okay.
They're planning to keep investing heavily in integrating AI throughout the entire company and across all their product lines.
So it's a long-term commitment.
Long-term commitment. And they're even talking about a shift in their company culture to really embrace this technology.
So it's not just about the tech, it's about the people too.
Yeah, changing the way they think and work.
Interesting.
It sounds like they believe this is key to their growth over the next few years and to ensuring they remain a major player for the next 4 decades. It's like they're re-engineering their entire DNA around AI.
Pretty bold move.
It is a bold move, yeah. But they're definitely not afraid to take risks and innovate.
Well, it seems to be paying off.
It does, it does. So to wrap things up, we've seen Compal's evolution, from making those old school CRT monitors.
Yeah, the big bulky ones.
The big, bulky ones. To becoming this global tech ODM powerhouse that's fully embracing an AI-driven future.
It's an incredible journey.
It is. And it all happened under a new generation of leadership. While still respecting the legacy built by, the founder, Rock, our friend Steve, the executive director of the Arizona, Taiwan office.
Yeah.
I think he'd find their global expansion and this deep dive into AI particularly interesting, especially given his work connecting businesses between Taiwan and Arizona.
For sure.
It's a great example of a company that's adapting and innovating to stay ahead of the game.
A real success story.
All right, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for tuning in to the Board Business channel. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications.